We are live at the beating heart of Manchester United's recovery. It's Monday morning at Carrington, and the mood is electric. The demons of the past week have been exorcised, the pressure momentarily lifted. The 2-1 comeback win over Crystal Palace was messy, but it was vital. It was the lifeline. But for Ruben Amorim, that relief lasted exactly 12 hours. Now, every session is a brutal, intense preparation for the next battle, West Ham United at Old Trafford this Thursday night. This is an investigation into how Amorim is transforming a mentality of anxiety into one of ruthless efficiency. We're going inside Carrington to uncover the 3 key tactical mandates Amorim is drilling into his players, focusing on the very secrets that salvaged the Palace victory, and how he plans to turn Old Trafford into an absolute fortress against Nuno Espirito Santo's hammers. The bounce-back mentality, character, and contradiction. The Palace game was a tale of 2 halves, a perfect encapsulation of Amorim's tenure so far. Tactical chaos followed by individual brilliance and sheer character. The first half was a shambles. The 3-4-3 felt completely disconnected. But what happened in the dressing room was the real win. Sources suggest Amorim did not rage. He demanded character, pointing to the players who were lacking intensity and quality in their pressing metrics. He demanded that they remember the weight of the Manchester United crest. The team spirit on display in the second half was phenomenal. Xerxes, finally ending a near year-long goal drought, showed immense relief and belief. Mount, the man desperate to justify his shirt, struck the winner. This comeback gives the players belief, but it does not validate the system. That leads us directly to the first and most critical mandate being drilled into Carrington today, the set-piece weaponization. The 2 goals that won the game, Xerxes' rifled finish and Mount's sharp strike, came from free kicks. This is the deliberate tactical philosophy of Ruben Amorim. Amorim has always stressed the vital importance of set pieces. At Carrington, Amorim is now dedicating an unprecedented amount of time to 2 specific routines that West Ham must now dread. The goal for Xerxes was orchestrated by Bruno Fernandes's quick thinking. Amorim is drilling players to execute this routine multiple times a day. The key principle is speed trumps structure. Never give the defense a chance to set up. Mount's goal was a classic second phase setup following a corner kick. It's not about the initial header. It's about the organized structure outside the box designed to retrieve the clearance and launch a direct, devastating shot before the opposition can regroup. The message is clear. When the open play tactics fail, United will win ugly. They will win through ruthlessly effective set-piece routines. This focus is the immediate fix for the goal-scoring deficit. The biggest weakness against Palace was the midfield pivot. This structural failure must be corrected before West Ham arrives, as Nuno Espirito Santo's low-block setup thrives on counter-attacking through loose midfield possession. Amorim's tactical drill this week is the Midfield Matrix. It involves overloading the central area to train the 2 pivot players to manage space effectively. However, the shadow of Kobbie Mainoo looms large over every session. The club legends have demanded his inclusion, and Amorim is facing a critical dilemma. The Casemiro question: while Casemiro's experience is invaluable, his mobility is a liability in the 3-4-3. Amorim is reportedly drilling Casemiro to stay deeper, acting almost as a central third defender, relying on the other midfielder to do the running. Mainoo is being rigorously tested alongside Casemiro in these high-intensity drills. If Amorim succumbs to the pressure or tactical necessity, Mainoo's ability to receive and distribute under pressure is the perfect antidote to West Ham's counterpress. For West Ham, we might finally see Amorim compromise. He may shift Bruno Fernandes higher or wider to accommodate Mainoo's composure, accepting that a slightly less flexible midfield is worth the security against the Hammer's dangerous counterattacks. The defensive discipline. neutralizing the West Ham threat. West Ham under Nuno Espirito Santo are a defensive unit that thrives on low block counterattacking, with Jarrod Bowen being the primary threat. Amorim's drill against the Hammers is focused on two key defensive principles. The defensive line, likely Yoro, De Ligt, Martinez, is being drilled relentlessly on staying connected and compact. The goal is to not allow any space for Lucas Paquetá to thread passes through to the wingers. The return of Lisandro Martínez in training is a massive boost here. His aggressive line-breaking passes and leadership are essential. The wing-back containment. West Ham's counterattacks often exploit the space left by United's advanced wingbacks. Amorim is demanding ironclad discipline from his wide defenders, be it Dalot or Shaw. Their primary job is now containment and immediate recovery, ensuring that if possession is lost, they are not caught high up the pitch, leaving the back three exposed to Bowen's speed. The whole defense is focused on ensuring that the intensity they showed in the second half against Palace is present from the first minute against West Ham. They cannot afford another shaky start in front of the Old Trafford faithful. Old Trafford, the fortress mentality. The final intangible element being generated at Carrington is the fortress mentality. The comeback win did not just salvage 3 points, it salvaged the team's mental resilience. Mason Mount said it best. We showed good character to come back. We were at it in the second half. That character and renewed spirit is what Amorim is now banking on. This week's training has been brutally intense, tactically precise, and centered on the set-piece weapon. Amorim is not relying on hope. He is relying on the drills. Old Trafford demands a statement. Amorim knows the win over Palace only bought him time. He must now deliver a complete 90-minute performance that proves his system is finally clicking. The tactical traps are set, the team spirit is high, the stage is ready.